White going for simple development, and the idea of this a6 move is to go b5. This is only a good idea when White puts the knight on c3. Without the knight on c3, b5 loses a lot of its punch. But you have to say, Black's only moving pawns about. What's he doing with his pieces? So the Black king can get in a lot of trouble quickly. White plays a very sensible move, bishop d3. White try to play anything too crazy, bishop d3 developing. And now knight d7, one of the main ideas of this opening for Black is to play c5, and then, as Tiger told me, you want to take on d4. And the point of that is, if you can imagine in this position, removing the c and d pawns, that's the kind of structure, so just imagine them coming off the board, that's the kind of structure that Black ideally wants, some kind of Sicilian structure like that. But here, I like the way Eugene's going about it. We talked about this yesterday, Fiona, didn't we?
Yep.
If you're playing someone like the world champion, you need to mix things up. And here he goes e5, straight through the centre. Very interesting idea. Giving the e4 square to his pieces. Magnus develops a bishop b7, and look at this.
I like this.
I love it. e6, boom, straight
Put
through the
that
middle.
in your pie,
Put that in your pie, Magnus. Indeed. I mean, this is kind of a well-known pawn sacrifice. You give up the pawn to create chaos in Black's camp. I mean, I like the way he's doing it. So, okay, so you have to really take that. So Magnus does go a pawn up, and now knight g5. You can already see some of the problems that Black is encountering. Knight takes e6 is a really strong threat. There's only one way to stop that, and that is with knight to f8. Otherwise you lose, that is forced. And obviously Eugene has done his preparation because he's moving quickly and confidently, and he just simply castles here. And what's he's saying to Magnus, look, I've given up a pawn, but look at your disgusting pieces, Magnus. Look at them, they're all huddling array there. You know, it's like some weird little cuddle going on there at the back rank, and how are you going to castle? And I'm just going to attack you. I like this. It's going to be
I like this
game.
as well. I mean, especially one of the good things, we talked about this many times before, but these super just some guy going for his throat
Exactly.
from move one.
I totally agree. I mean, this is, I mean, just to, reiterate that, it's like, when you're playing, these are elite tournaments between the world's top. You never really see Magnus playing a6, or very rarely. And g6, the combination of this opening. He wouldn't do this because he wouldn't take the risk. It's a risky opening. So you get much more exciting positions in these opens where Black has to try to win, so he's picked a very exciting double-edged position.
And Magnus
White's
has
gone
just,
for it.
I was literally just going to ask you, can Magnus consider maybe castling queenside?
Okay, so he's played queen d7, and the intention is to castle queenside, maybe.
But we're going to, if he castles queenside, I mean, I think it's going to be a crazy game anyway, considering the way White has played this. But if we get here opposite side castles, this is going to be a insane game.
I mean, again, just to talk a little bit more about this position. I mean, this has been seen before. This position. What are both sides trying to do? Well, White is just trying to keep the pressure up against Magnus, and we can see rook e1 very quickly is being played. And White would eventually just love to crash down on the e6 square, get his pawn back. And Black's pieces are really struggling here. So it's kind of more of a positional pawn sacrifice. White has sacrificed the pawn to say to Magnus, right, well, how are you going to continue? How are you going to develop? And if Black, let's say Black castles queenside here, the problem with this is you've gone a6 and b5. This is part of the opening. You do not want those pawns up the board when your king's on that side of the board. I mean, I might just go a4, for example.
I'm just wondering, because it does also look it does look very, knight
f7 is quite good as well. Yep.
But I mean, if he's not planning to, is it possible he's played queen d7 with an idea other than castling?
I think Magnus would love to go he'd love to get these pieces out, surely.
Yeah, but how? How do you do that?
Good question. I mean, if he does go h6, is there any tricks here that we need to consider? Is there a bishop takes g6?
Also, if we go back to queen d7, can I do something more direct than rook e1?
Well, rook e1's been played.
Rook e1's been played, oh.
Yeah, at the moment. I mean...
That's a concern.
I mean, if h6 here, I'm just wondering if that. I mean, I don't think this is working, but let's just check. Bishop takes g6. It's a kind of move you have to really be worried about. Knight takes, and then queen to h5. I don't think this is good enough, but you still have to be a little bit scared here. I'm taking that knight. Let's say pawn takes. Maybe you can castle queenside here, but let's say pawn takes. Queen, bishop takes g5. So I'd be, you know,
I don't want to know what you'd be doing.
I would be doing that in my pants a little bit if I was black here. I'd be a little bit nervous in this position. Yes. So yeah.
And I mean also, usually he's playing very quickly.
Yes.
So,
he must have known this position.
Yeah.
So what do you think black should do? I mean, I just think it's a really exciting game, this one, so why we're staying on it a bit longer than normal.
I mean, I like how the crowd is already starting to get together around that board, and we're just 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And we're being told that the last time Magnus played the Modern was against Wei Yi in Bilbao 2016, which incidentally is the...
It's a young Wei Yi, very interesting game, and he obviously prepared very hard for that, but just how is he going to get his pieces out here? I don't know. It's going to be, okay.
I think we should come back to this one.
Sure.
Let's move down. Let's go to board 2. Show us the board 2.